Brand new interview from both PlayStation CEOs discussing existing IP, legacy IP, and new IP, as well as the future of PlayStation's console business and what we can expect. And lastly, we're going to be talking about PSSR and how it continues to impress with the latest game, Black Myth: Wukong. All that in today's video. Please like the video, subscribe to never miss a PlayStation update, and share the video to help grow our community. And I'll start with what Hermen Hulst had to say in an interview with Famitsu. Speaking to Famitsu, the exec said that going forward, the platform holder intends to offer a broad range of experiences from both its first-party studios and by working with external developers, in quotes. The various IPs that we own are an important asset to PlayStation, and as part of our efforts to strengthen our portfolio, we are continually looking at opportunities to leverage past IP, as well as develop new franchises, he said. Our goal is to publish games by the world's best creators, both inside and outside of PlayStation, and we have achieved many successes so far by working closely with external development studios. And this is obviously, a good sign, something we want to hear, that they are going to still work on franchises that we love and also work on new IP as well. We obviously want new games coming out and new franchises and new characters that we can fall in love with in the worlds that they create. So this is obviously a positive thing. And we also have not forgotten the legacy IP. For example, Jak. Jak is a beloved franchise that a lot of us would like to see make a return. Doesn't have to be Naughty Dog making them, but anybody in SIE could create another Jak game, and I believe that it would do well. Maybe Team Asobi, who knows? But it's good to hear that they are intending to keep creating new IP and also considering revisiting legacy IP. Now, obviously, I don't think that this is going to be a situation where they're going to go out and make their premier flagship studios work on legacy IP. I think they are going to focus mostly on creating new experiences and obviously building those franchises up, and then probably passing those older franchises that they've created down to other studios that they own, or even third-party studios that can work on these projects. I don't know what that looks like in the future, but I imagine that seeing the next Uncharted, for example, will likely not be done primarily by Naughty Dog, which will be interesting to see how that execution is done, as that is a gold standard IP that PlayStation really needs to take care of and make sure that it's not butchered, especially with all the work that Naughty Dog has put in. So we'll see what happens as far as that goes. Let me know what legacy IP you'd like to see come back, especially if you know what studios you're thinking of could work on those particular IP. Now let's talk about what Hideki Nishino, the co-CEO at PlayStation, had to say regarding PlayStation home consoles. The focus of SIE Entertainment and PlayStation remains on home consoles, according to Nishino. During an interview with Famitsu, Sony Interactive Entertainment CEO Hideki Nishino was asked about predictions regarding future home consoles being on the cloud instead of hardware, and about his perspective on the possibility of such structural changes for PlayStation. In his response, Nishino stated that as of today, many users are playing PS4 games, and the number of PS5 games is also increasing. He doesn't expect things to suddenly change on that front anytime soon, and he believes home consoles will definitely be the core of the company's business for a while. And I think this is a very reassuring thing here, and it's also quite clear that cloud gaming is not there right now. And, native hardware is what a lot of people want, and dedicated hardware is what a ton of people really are looking for, whether that be on a PlayStation, a PC, Nintendo Switch. It doesn't matter. People are really looking at native consoles, home consoles, any type of physical hardware that they can experience their games on. Cloud services are just not there yet for them to overtake, and I think we're very far from that. A lot of people like to say the next generation is the last one. The next generation is the last one. In this case, I think we're really not as close as some people think we are. Moving on, they say, however, Nishino mentioned that different ways of playing, such as PC, are also increasing. Therefore, SIE is in the process of figuring out how to increase the overall number of PlayStation users, including PlayStation Network users. He pointed towards the possibility of cloud gaming with PS Portal running PS5 games and how that might lead to the misconception that gaming has already entered the cloud era. However, he explained that users will still need a controller and a display at hand, and therefore, he doesn't believe that hardware will disappear anytime soon. Again, reiterating that hardware is here to stay for a long time. When I hear they're not going to be disappearing anytime soon, that tells me that in their plan, their roadmap of where they're going and where the PlayStation business is going, this isn't even really even close on where they expect it to be. So it could be far, far out, if even on the roadmap yet, as far as, really fleshing out where the next steps are for PlayStation. As for length of the PS5 cycle, Nishino believes that the console will be around for a long time, just like the PS4. However, he doesn't think it's right to delay the release of the company's next console that incorporates new technology because of this. The timing of introducing new hardware is related to the timeline of technological evolution and the timeline for Sony to implement it. On the next generation PlayStation home console being in the works and SIE's direction moving forward, the co-CEO said that he believes that products are released with a balance of technology, price, and timing. As such, the company is always considering when it will hit the spot it feels is right. So in other words, yeah, PS4 is still functional. It's still being used. Games are still coming out on it. The same case will be for PS5. The PS5's life cycle will be long as well, but that doesn't mean they're not going to drop the PS6. When the time is right, when the price is right, when the technology is right, they're going to drop the PS6, and they're not worried about the PS5's standing or how many people are playing on the PS5, because they feel that that shouldn't hold them back. And I think, again, that is an important way to look at it, because look, technology is advancing very rapidly, right? Every year we get pretty notable jumps, at least as we see with GPUs and CPUs coming out every single year. So imagine 7 years, 8 years, we're getting a new console. There's a lot of new technology they can put in there that we don't have in our current systems. And consoles being the more, budget-friendly type of way to play video games these days, if you want a premier AAA experience, you can probably give good reason for people to go out and buy that. And I think that still remains to be the case. And I'm glad that, again, Sony is looking at it in the way that it is, because I don't want the PS5, I have a PS5 Pro currently, I don't want that to be their best platform for the next 5 years, for example. I would like them to eventually drop their next generation console, when the time is right, when the technology is right, because I am the consumer that looks at the best console possible, wanting the best console experience possible. And I know there are a lot of people out there, as we've seen that the PS5 Pro cell has sold reasonably well. And it's reassuring that they are going full force with consoles and they're not going to back off anytime soon. And cloud is not the wave as some people think it is. It's just not there yet. And they have no clue when that will be. As they say multiple times, their initiative to push forward in the cloud space and making it a major focus is not going to be anytime soon where they back away from consoles. Let me know what you guys think about what was said here as far as PS5, future generations, and cloud gaming. Last, I want to talk to you about PSSR, as the PlayStation 5 Pro Black Myth Wukong patch features solid PSSR implementation in Unreal Engine 5. Digital Foundry recently took a good look at the latest patch released for Black Myth Wukong, and they were highlighting how it enhances the game on the PS5 Pro for quality mode. The patch introduces PSSR support, which upscales a roughly 1296p resolution input to 4K resolution and offers a noticeably sharper image compared to the base model. Some visual elements, such as noisy hair on the first boss, are much cleaner with PSSR than with AMD FSR, and lighting is generally more stable with PSSR than in other UE5 powered games. So very, very good stuff here, very important stuff here, that PSSR is proving to be impressive again, and we've seen it do its thing with other games, and Black Myth Wukong is yet another example of why PSSR looks to be a positive addition for PlayStation consoles. And imagine, once again, I say this is the first generation of PSSR. Imagine by the second generation, the third generation, right? We're looking at advancements that are going to change the platform quite a lot in a very positive way. So again, I say, the PS5 Pro right now might not have anything that jumps out at people to showcase its power just yet. Obviously, FF7 Rebirth looks phenomenal. For anyone who's experienced it knows what I'm talking about, that the game does look night and day difference. But I imagine when we're looking at those first-party PS5 games coming out, Ghost of Yotei, Intergalactic, maybe another God of War, maybe another Santa Monica studio game. They've got a new IP coming out, right? These are all things that will probably take full advantage of the PS5 Pro. I expect it to take full advantage of the PS5 Pro. But the most likely game to show us that in the year 2025 is the Ghost of Yotei. And I expect that to be a very impressive title for a lot of us to look at and see just how much it takes advantage of the PS5 Pro. Let me know what you guys think about this one as well. PSSR, is it impressing you? Do you think this may get you to jump on the PlayStation 5 Pro if you're already on the fence about it, or if you haven't jumped on just yet? But that is all I have for you guys in today's video. Please like the video, subscribe to never miss a PlayStation update, and share the video to help grow our community. I thank you all for watching. Take care.